In The Five Heartbeats, viewers witnessed a group's dramatic rise and collapse, but once filming ended, the cast faced real-life struggles of aging, surgery, accidents, and sudden loss. Away from the screen, their lives carry challenges far heavier than the story they portrayed. We now look at what truly became of them and celebrate the impact they left behind. Robert Townsend, Donald "Duck" Matthews. Starting in Chicago on February 6, 1957, Robert Townsend eventually took on the role of Duck at age 34, playing the group's calm pianist and chief songwriter whose music anchored the film. Beyond acting, he also directed and co-wrote the movie, placing him at the center of everything both on and off camera. While Duck fought to save his band in the film, Townsend was quietly wrestling with personal pressures of his own. Long before The Five Heartbeats, Townsend carried the sting of losing a 1980 SNL audition, a rejection that fed years of insecurity. His self-financed Hollywood Shuffle, 1987, paid for with credit cards, revealed how deeply he felt the weight of stereotypes in industry limits. Those same pressures strained his marriage to Cherry Jones, eventually pushing it past repair. Even as The Meteor Man, 1993, and The Parenthood brought him more attention, his home life had already cracked under long hours and perfectionism. Today, at 68, Townsend continues to direct, mentor young talent, and support his daughter Sky as she rises in entertainment. His roughly $5 million net worth marks a career built on persistence rather than wealth. Diahann Carroll, Eleanor Potter. Born July 17, 1935, Diahann Carroll joined the film at 56 as Eleanor Potter, the poised, steady wife who grounded some of the story's most chaotic moments. Although her screen time was limited, her elegance made the character unforgettable. Behind that grace, however, Carroll weathered deep personal storms. Across 4 troubled marriages, including an abusive one and another cut short by a fatal car crash, Carroll endured heartbreak that shaped her emotional depth as an actress. Her long, painful affair with Sidney Poitier left lasting wounds that never fully healed. As the first black woman to headline a primetime sitcom with Julia, 1968 to 1971, Carroll carried intense public scrutiny, with every role judged through racial and cultural expectations. After a 1997 breast cancer diagnosis, she fought the illness publicly with courage while battling private fear. Carroll passed away on October 4, 2019, at age 84, her $28 million estate closing the chapter on a groundbreaking career defined for strength and artistry. Michael Wright, Eddie King Jr. Michael Wright, born April 30, 1956, stepped into the film at 31 as Eddie King Jr., the electrifying lead singer whose charm and collapse became the movie's emotional core. His transformation from rising star to broken addict created some of the film's most iconic scenes. Off-camera, Wright dealt with his own personal turbulence. His marriage to Mitzi Laval, 1994 to 2000, struggled under unstable work opportunities and the long shadow of early typecasting after The Wanderers, 1979, and Streamers, 1983. Lengthy gaps between roles created financial strain, while the intensity of projects like Sugar Hill pushed him deeper into an work-driven, unstable lifestyle. Now 69, Wright keeps a low profile, taking selective roles such as his appearance in Black Lightning, 2019. With an estimated $2 million net worth, he continues to move forward quietly, guided by the same intensity that shaped his on-screen performances. Harold Nicholas, Sarge. Harold Nicholas, born March 27, 1921, brought decades of experience when he joined the 1991 film at age 70. His presence added authenticity and history to the story, reflecting a lifetime spent in performance. Stepping into the role of Sarge, he brought a strict authority that shaped the group's discipline and stage presence. His few appearances still carried the history of a man who had spent his life perfecting control, rhythm, and showmanship. Even in brief moments, his impact never faded. Offstage, though, his marriages were far rougher than his smooth performances suggested. His early union with actress Dorothy Dandridge eventually broke under the exhausting routines of show business. Endless travel, long periods apart, and the emotional toll of working in a discriminatory Hollywood strained their bond. His next marriage had more stability, yet it too suffered under the constant demands of a career that kept him away from home. Those emotional burdens followed him as he struggled to balance personal peace with professional ambition. The physical cost of his craft stayed with him as well. For years, Nicholas performed extreme tap routines alongside his brother Fayard, mid-air splits, airborne tricks, and powerful choreography that thrilled audiences while punishing his body. With age, that punishment showed in chronic fatigue and increasing heart problems. Though he later received long overdue respect, including the 1991 Kennedy Center honors, no recognition could undo the years of physical sacrifice. Harold Nicholas passed away on July 3, 2000 in New York City at the age of 79, the cause being heart failure. At his death, an estimated $1 million fortune only hinted at a legacy built on brilliance, endurance, and artistic devotion. Leon Robinson as J.T. Matthews. Born March 8, 1962 in New York City, Leon was 21 when he appeared in The Five Heartbeats as J.T. Matthews, the charming older brother with a smooth voice and quiet sorrow. His portrayal mixed confidence, vulnerability, and ambition, creating a perfect counterbalance to Duck's intensity.
Behind the polished performance, Leon's real life involved balancing marriage, fatherhood, and the unpredictability of the acting world. His relationship with Patricia Blanche, mother of his daughter, carried the strain of traveling, long shoots, and the emotional weight of pursuing roles that wouldn't trap him in stereotypes. Hollywood repeatedly tried to typecast him after All the Right Moves, 1983, forcing him to push harder for the diverse roles he eventually secured in The Temptations, 1998, and Cool Runnings, 1993. That ongoing fight added distance and tension to his private life, subtly influencing the peak years of his career. The pressure to protect his creative identity left marks on more than his relationships. Years of juggling acting and music drained him physically, even though he rarely discussed health publicly. His intense preparation for portraying David Ruffin in The Temptations left him emotionally depleted for months. Touring with his band, Leon and the Peoples added more exhaustion, but also validated his musical talent as their album The Road Less Traveled charted on Billboard. Now, at 63, he continues splitting his time between acting, stage work, and music, choosing projects that let him control his artistry. His estimated $1.5 million net worth reflects steady commitment and resilience. Harry J. Lennox as Terrence Dresser Williams. Born November 16, 1964 in Chicago, Harry J. Lennox was 27 when he became Dresser, the steady, deep-voiced grounding force of the group. His performance added sincerity and emotional balance to the film. Away from set, his early personal life had its own friction. During his time at Northwestern University, he navigated romantic challenges, academic pressure, and discrimination within the arts. Those experiences shaped his later marriage to business executive Gina Graves. The mental and physical weight of those early years reappeared as he moved into more demanding roles. Transitioning from stage to screen meant intense rehearsals, heavy dialogue, and emotional commitment, especially in The Matrix Reloaded, 2003, and The Blacklist, 2013 to 2023. The constant pace created moments of deep burnout. Even his award-winning achievements, including the Satellite Award for Titus, came after years that allowed little rest. Today, at 61, Lennox remains active across film, theater, and production, earning ongoing recognition such as his 2025 Tony nomination for Purpose. His estimated $4 million net worth represents decades of discipline and unwavering dedication. Tiko Wells as Anthony Choirboy Stone. Born March 28, 1961, Tiko was 31 when he played Anthony Choirboy Stone, the gentle, faith-driven heart of the group whose internal struggle brought emotional depth to the story. His performance captured the pull between spirituality and ambition, making Choirboy quietly unforgettable. After the movie, though, Wells faced difficulty securing major roles, a challenge that weighed heavily on his personal life. His desire to escape minor parts, such as his earlier role on The Cosby Show, led him into the unpredictable landscape of independent film, where opportunity was always uncertain. Despite strong turns in Mississippi Masala, 1991, and Universal Soldier, 1992, Wells found that each victory still led to another uphill fight for visibility. Over time, the grind of sustaining a career without consistent mainstream attention wore down both his confidence and stamina. Independent films required long days, tight resources, and an intensity that offered almost no downtime. Wells poured himself into those projects, but the emotional strain eventually pushed him to step back from the spotlight. His work in Big Ain't Bad became one of the last roles where he invested his full creative force. Today, at 64, Tiko Wells chooses selective work in television, indie films, and faith-driven productions, seeking creative control over public exposure. His estimated $1.5 million net worth represents decades of steady, low-profile dedication, a career shaped more by endurance than fame. Hawthorne James as Big Red Davis. Born May 1, 1949 in Chicago, Hawthorne James stepped into the Five Heartbeats 1991 at age 31 as Big Red Davis, the fierce, sharp-tongued executive whose explosive moments defined the film. His unforgettable office hour scene instantly turned Big Red into one of the most memorable antagonists of 90s black cinema. But behind that fire was a man shaped by years of academic rigor and artistic pressure. After leaving the University of Michigan's master's program for Hollywood, he carried the weight of classical training and an uncompromising work ethic. Supporting roles in Speed 1994 and Seven 1995 gave him opportunities, but the industry seldom matched his depth. Balancing acting, teaching, and directing consumed his life, and remaining unmarried became part of the sacrifice he made for his craft. The years that followed showed unwavering artistic devotion, touring stages nationwide, taking meaningful TV roles, and directing films like The Stick-Up Kids and Remember Me, all fueled by his belief in storytelling. Now at 75, James continues acting, speaking at cultural events, and uplifting youth theater programs while taking selective screen roles. His estimated $1 million net worth reflects a lifetime given fully to the art.
Troy Byer as Baby Doll. Born November 7, 1964, in New York City, Troy Byer entered the Five Heartbeats 1991 at 27 as Baby Doll, the seductive and unpredictable partner of Eddie King Jr. Her mix of fragility and volatility heightened some of the film's most intense relationship scenes. But off-screen, her own past held deeper turmoil than anything her character endured. Raised in foster care, she grew up navigating abandonment and emotional instability that followed her into adulthood. These wounds affected her marriage to producer Mark Berg, creating conflicts neither could outrun. The relationship eventually fell apart, leaving her to raise her son Jordan while fighting for her place in Hollywood. Rebuilding her career became both a necessity and a strain. She pushed to move from Sesame Street alum to respected filmmaker, confronting an industry slow to recognize women of color. Writing Baps 1997 offered a breakthrough, while directing Love Don't Cost a Thing 2003 reopened old internal battles and left her emotionally exhausted. These challenges ultimately drove her to face her trauma directly and step into psychology and self-help work. Now 61, Troy Byer serves as a psychologist, author, and mental wellness educator, helping others navigate the same pain she fought to overcome. Her estimated $4 million net worth represents a career rebuilt through healing and reinvention. Deborah Lacy as Rose. Born September 12, 1956, in South Pasadena, Deborah Lacy appeared in The Five Heartbeats 1991 at age 35 as Rose, a quiet, grounding presence in the film's family-centered moments. Though her role was small, she offered emotional balance in several key scenes. But behind the roles, her personal life was far less steady. Balancing marriage with the unpredictability of Hollywood brought years of strain. Those pressures eventually chipped away at the stability she fought to maintain at home, even as her career demanded more than ever. Early work on major shows like Star Trek and Deep Space Nine only heightened the pressure on her, pushing her to constantly justify her place in an industry with limited space for black actresses. Entering the 2000s intensified those challenges. Her recurring role on Mad Men boosted her visibility, yet the demanding schedule left her little room to breathe. The weight of it all occasionally took a toll on her health, forcing her to juggle fatigue with an industry that rarely forgives older women. Today, at 69, Deborah Lacy works more selectively, while dedicating much of her time to mentoring young actors confronting the same obstacles. By 2025, her estimated net worth is $2 million. Terresa Randle as Brenda Williams. Born December 27, 1964 in Gary, Indiana, Randle was 27 when she portrayed Brenda Williams in The Five Heartbeats 1991, offering calm support to Dresser and grounding the film's emotional core. Her gentle on-screen presence contrasted sharply with the turmoil unfolding in her real life. The mid-90s brought a rush of opportunities that quickly turned overwhelming, especially after her standout role in Bad Boys 1995. The sudden fame came with heavy expectations she struggled to manage without a strong personal foundation. Soon, her career became a tug-of-war between hope and frustration. After starring in Spike Lee's Girl 6, 1996, she anticipated a breakout that never fully happened. The film's poor performance pushed her into long stretches without steady work. Projects like Spawn, 1997, and Jam Space, 1996, kept her name circulating, but surviving a fickle industry drained her emotionally and physically. Her withdrawal from Hollywood reflected exhaustion rather than lack of ability. By 2025, Randle is 61 and living quietly in retirement. Her net worth of $7 million stems largely from decades of film work and the lasting success of the Bad Boys franchise. Chuck Patterson as Jimmy Potter. Born February 11, 1945 in Memphis, Tennessee, Patterson was 45 when he appeared in The Five Heartbeats 1991 as Jimmy Potter, the steadfast manager who held the group together during its hardest moments. His measured on-screen demeanor hid the personal strain he carried off-camera. His marriages, especially his second to playwright Corey Thomas, suffered under the constant travel required by his work on stage and film. Those long separations created emotional cracks that never fully mended. His commitments to Broadway, the demanding rehearsals, and constant performance pressure widened that divide. Over time, maintaining a decades-long career wore down his health. He battled exhaustion even while delivering powerful performances in works like Hair, 1979, and Imaginary Heroes, 2004. Years of non-stop work eventually took a toll. In his final stretch of life, medical issues intensified before the situation suddenly worsened. On December 23, 1914, Patterson died unexpectedly at age 68 in Harlem, New York, after a sudden heart failure. At the time of his death, his net worth was estimated at $500,000. Casey Lemons as Cookie. Born February 24, 1959 in St. Louis, Missouri, Lemons joined the Five Heartbeats 1991 at age 30, playing Cookie, Eddie's steadying presence who softened the film's chaos. Her quiet strength on screen mirrored the determination she carried while transitioning behind the camera. Her marriage to actor-director Vondie Curtis Hall endured its own challenges, with conflicting schedules, long shoots, and the responsibilities of raising 4 children in a demanding industry. The strain deepened when she shifted from acting to directing. Creating Eve's Bayou 1997 placed her under intense pressure, rewriting scripts, negotiating with studios, and fearing that one mistake could cost her future opportunities. Later directing projects, including Harriet 2019, required immense research, tight schedules, and the responsibility of telling culturally significant stories. Now 64, Casey Lemons remains active as a director, educator, and mentor, shaping future filmmakers while developing new projects of her own. Her net worth in 2025 is estimated at $2 million. Time has transformed each of them in unexpected ways, yet their influence on the Five Heartbeats still echoes today. So tell us, whose journey surprised you the most? Share your thoughts below, and remember to like, share, and subscribe for more hidden Hollywood stories.